hazardous, closing some interstates as well. The airport's packed with holiday travelers, but despite the heavy weather, things are moving relatively trouble-free so far today. Presidential envoy Steve Witkoff plans to visit Moscow next week for talks aimed at finally ending the war in Ukraine. This, as President Trump claims, tremendous progress in efforts to stop the bloodshed.
The president said his plan to end the war has been fine-tuned following recent negotiations with both sides. He announced on social media that he's sending envoy Steve Witkoff to meet with Russian President Putin and Army Secretary Dan Driscoll to meet with Ukrainian officials. He suggested he might meet soon with the Russian and Ukrainian presidents, but only when the deal to the war is final or in its final stages. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The death toll continues to rise, now at 13 in Hong Kong, where fire has engulfed multiple high-rise buildings in a densely populated housing complex.
Video from the scene shows at least 5 buildings close to each other ablaze. Firefighters were aiming water at the intense flames from high up on ladder trucks. The raging fire sent up a column of flames and thick smoke as it spread on bamboo scaffolding and construction netting that had been set up around the exterior of the complex in the city's Tai Po district. Records show the housing complex consists of 8 blocks housing almost 2,000 apartments. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Dow futures up 94 points. NASDAQ futures ahead 113. Townhall.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you're driving a car or truck with an expired warranty and suddenly lost your transmission or needed a full engine repair, would a $4,000 repair bill leave you stranded? I'm Danica Patrick. Don't get caught off guard with a vehicle breakdown. Choose the company I trust, Endurance. No matter the mileage, if your vehicle is less than 20 years old, Endurance offers auto protection plans for any budget. Protection on the drivetrain, electrical, transmission, AC, and more. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance and rental car reimbursement on any plan. Endurance handles everything from making the claim to paying the certified mechanic of your choice. Act now and get 1 full year of elite benefits. A $2,000 value, free.
Call for your fast free quote today. Call 800-289-6016. That's 800-289-6016. 800-289-6016.
Israeli officials now have the identity of the latest of the deceased hostages to be returned by Palestinian terrorists in Gaza.
After forensic tests, the latest remains sent back from Gaza have been identified as those of Dror Or. The father of 3 was killed at his home in Kibbutz Be'eri along with his wife in the Hamas-led attacks on the 7th of October 2023, and his body was taken. Islamic Jihad says the body was found in Nusrat in the center of the Strip this week. The bodies of 2 more hostages, an Israeli police officer and a Thai worker, remain in Gaza. The ceasefire requires Hamas to return all deceased hostages. In exchange, Israel has sent back the bodies of 330 Palestinians. Most remain unidentified.
The BBC's Yolande Nell. China turning to a well-worn playbook expressing its displeasure with Japan over Japan's stand on Taiwan. Beijing using its economic clout to pressure Tokyo. Townhall.com. Trump administration wants to roll back some especially stringent Biden-era environmental regulations.
The Environmental Protection Agency finalized a rule last year that imposed strict standards for soot pollution, saying that reducing fine particle matter from motor vehicles and industrial sources could prevent thousands of premature deaths every year. In a court filing this week, the EPA said the Biden-era rule was unlawful and done, in its words, without the rigorous stepwise process that Congress required. Bob Agnew reporting.
The makers of ByHeart infant formula say tests of products tied to a botulism outbreak show that all of the company's products may have been contaminated. Lab tests of 36 samples of formula from 3 different lots showed that 5 samples contain the type of bacteria that can lead to the rare and potentially deadly illness. At least 31 babies, 15 states have been sickened in the outbreak. More on these stories at townhall.com.
As a former small business owner here in Columbia, I know how important it is to stay connected to clients and the community. That's why at Caledonian Financial, we make every effort possible to give back to this community that has given so much to us. We do this by supporting our local schools, nonprofit organizations, and community outreach programs, to name a few. We are so proud of our town. This is Blair Parks Hickman with Caledonian Financial in historic downtown Columbia.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Wealth Inc., member FINRA and SIPC.
Hey guys, it's Debbie Matthews. Just wanted to remind you, I have the best radio show that airs every weekend right here on WKOM 101.7, or you can also hear us on Spotify or Apple or wherever you indulge your podcast habit. So come join us. We're living in historic times in real time. Join us for the conversation on WKOM 101.7.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC. Parks Motor Sales was founded by my granddad, Bobby Parks, and my great-granddad, Julian Mays, in 1958. We've been family-owned the whole time, and being family-owned, locally owned, means you get to get your next vehicle or your existing vehicle serviced by the same people who stand in the grocery line with you, drop their kids off at the same school you do, and smile and are happy to see you when they do. So come see us at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee on 919 Nashville Highway or parksmotorsales.com.
This is Delp Kennedy, Front Porch Radio. Holland's Pharmacy on Hatcher Lane never ceases to amaze me. The other day I had a prescription to pick up. I went up to the drive-in window. The girl gave me a big smile and turned around and gave me my prescription without even having to ask my name. Then she noticed my lab puppy Jack in the back seat. She put a dog treat in the door. Jack is going to be a permanent customer of Holland's Pharmacy. Holland's Pharmacy, where they know my name, the service is friendly, prices are competitive, 931-388-4233.
You're not just a homeowner, you're also an ice maker that didn't read the job description owner. Fortunately, you've got heating and cooling built and tested to keep going. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call Davis Heating and Cooling at 931-388-2090 for all your home comfort needs. Davis Heating and Cooling is your local independent American Standard dealer and proudly serves the Murray County area. Find Davis Heating and Cooling online and on Facebook or call today, 388-2090.
For 40 years, the Jewelers Bench has worked hard for their customers and provided the highest quality jewelry at the best price. They keep going back. Recent renovations have allowed them to expand their inventory. More high-quality jewelry, custom vintage and estate pieces, and professional jewelry and watch repairs. They also buy gold. The Jewelers Bench, still here, still great service. 808 Trotwood Avenue, Columbia.
Hi, I'm Kelly Dobson, owner of Caring Hearts Home Healthcare here in Columbia. For 20 years, we've helped seniors live safely and comfortably at home, right where they belong. We're local, we're hands-on, and we're proud to be voted Best of Murray County for in-home care. Whether it's 1 day a week or 7 days a week, Caring Hearts is here for your family, just like we've been for hundreds of others. Call us today at 931-381-5470 or visit us online or come see us in person at 1121 Trotwood Avenue, Suite 2 here in Columbia.
Hey, this is Seth Moss at Tennessee Valley Equipment, a premier FAE PrimeTech, Bandit, and Surex dealer. We are your dealer for all of your land clearing and forestry mulching needs. We sell equipment, provide repair service, and parts along with a rental fleet of mulching equipment. We also offer mulching teeth, blades, and sharpening. Our number one priority is getting you up and running as quickly and affordable as possible. Tennessee Valley is located at 300 Santa Fe Pike in wonderful Columbia, Tennessee. Stop by or give us a call today at 931-981-9812.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
What's your favorite radio station?
101.7 WKOM.
Oh!
Gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times, and what I say you must obey.
Live from the WKOM studio in downtown Columbia, It's time to wake up and get woke. It's Three Dudes with a View. Let's get it all!
Good Wednesday morning, Southern Middle Tennessee. It is a Wednesday edition of Three Dudes with a View. I'm Clayton Harris filling in for Delk Kennedy this morning. And it is the day before Thanksgiving, the final show of the week. And we are joined, as always, by dude number one, Mr. Jim York. Good morning, Mr. York.
Good morning, Clayton. Good morning, everybody.
Regular special guest dude, native son of Columbia, Ron Hart. Good morning, Ron.
He's there.
He's
marginally
there.
Paying attention.
Not listening, but he is there. Yeah. Hang on, here he goes.
Yep, sorry.
Good morning, Ron.
Good morning. I was reading a little bit this morning.
That's all right. And son of Ron Hart, Jeb Hart. Good morning, Jeb.
Morning, y'all.
And special Wednesday guest dude and the host of the Debbie Matthews Show.
Debbie Matthews? Really?
Good morning.
So glad to be here. And thankful for Thanksgiving.
That's it. And we are one day away.
Well, I want to say that I'm thankful for everybody on the show. Y'all all mean a lot to me, and I am thankful to be a part of this. So, thank you, WKOM, for making speech free again. It's a wonderful thing.
Well,
great.
We appreciate that, and we're excited to have the rest of the week off and enjoy Thanksgiving and so
it's funny, I don't know. I think most women need a women's holiday because they do so much during this and then get presents and everything ready for Christmas. It's like they need a collapse week, Just speaking on behalf of all the girls out there.
I'll give a life hack for any husband out there. Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Don't take them to brunch. Don't let them go away and don't bother them. Leave it alone. Leave all the expectations. So for the past 4 years, my wife and her friends have gone somewhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be far away, but it's just a minute away. Everybody needs a break, and Thanksgiving's a lot, and it's a great time to be with family, but there is a lot that goes into it, and so don't ever get overburdened by trying to make it perfect.
Yeah. But we want it to be perfect. We want everybody to have all their eats and the things that they want, but, just don't be the husband that...
If you talk politics, it's a great way to save money on Christmas presents.
That's true.
Yeah. But just don't be the dude that shows up after everything's done going, can I help? Because you should have asked 48 hours ago or so. So just that's
if you pay for, like Debbie, if a person pays for everything, which is like $150, they also got to clean up.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, what's sweat equity? I mean, what's the exchange rate on sweat equity versus?
One thing about family Thanksgivings is that usually women and they're cooking and stuff. Everybody has their own way of doing things. I always found a lot of tension in the kitchen when women get in there doing it their own way.
You're exactly right. I throw people out of my kitchen if I'm in there cooking.
See, and the other women want to do that too. There's so much tension in there, then they kind of get a fight.
But pay for a maid
passive aggressive fighting.
Yeah.
I just go watch Detroit Lions play football.
That's right.
That's right. So, well, I am very thankful, and I'm very thankful for y'all. And it's been a good year. I can't believe it's about to be 2026.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I was reading some studies this morning. The Pew Institute has a survey that said 61% of Americans agree not to discuss politics at the dinner table on Thanksgiving, and that most fights. Okay, what do y'all think the most fights? Take politics out of it. Say you're not talking. What are the two things that cause the biggest fights among families on Thanksgiving together?
Someone tried something different with a recipe.
The stuff
they tried to get fancy for no reason.
Anybody else?
Sports.
Religion.
Sport.
Kinda. It says two things cause fights: TV channel changing.
Yes.
One person gets something. I don't want to watch this. I want to watch that. Right. And the other one is cheating at board games.
Wow.
A little tension built in the family. Get playing a board game, and somebody gets mad at somebody else. And boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So
I've seen fistfights over someone adding feta to mac and cheese. I'd be like, this isn't the time for your experiments.
Right. William H. Macy, the actor, did a spot this week, and he was like, when I get to Thanksgiving, I've been yearning all year for the taste of stuffing that I love. It is not time for a new recipe. It's not time to change it up.
Yeah.
Just, I want the stuffing of my dreams for the year. You can do it at another time, you know. So
if 5 years ago I got divorced, you had to cut. It's a little different shuffling at the deck there. So, I went to Olive Garden, by myself, and they say when you hear your family, they don't mean that.
Another big argument starts when someone tries a recipe, brings it to the family dinner, and then it's not really good, but everybody agrees outwardly that it's good until somebody whispers that was garbage, and then the fight starts.
And then the shoes come off.
Well, you can't breed the resentment under the table, and also that's not a time to. Again, that's not a time to. Thanksgiving is not a time to experiment.
No.
Like we got, there's
go with the classics.
There's a pregame, there's a preseason. You got plenty of time to work through it and get, family approval that this is worth bringing to the show.
Yeah.
But you don't do day of.
But don't talk about grandma's dressing or mama's dressing. That starts a big fight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I love oyster dressing, and I probably love sausage dressing. I don't know if I've ever had it. And I know that you have to experiment on it, but who wants to make dressing more than once a year, really? I mean, so if you're going to try it, but you better have the real stuff there for somebody to get.
You got to stick the landing. It's a risky move. It's like getting a haircut the day of your wedding.
We typically have two dressings.
What do you have?
One with onions and one without.
Oh, okay.
The onion seems to be the great divide.
It is a great divide. The green onions, yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 years ago you had the COVID. People could raid you 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it was raid you for COVID by being together. Now you got that, the Homeland Security could come in there and you could be with your family and they could get raided. So I asked somebody the other day, is this service still available or do you have to schedule it?
I know, right? So my brother's going to the Biltmore my brother's really my only personal family. Jason has my husband Jason has his mom, but my brother Jason is going to the Biltmore, and I have to say I'm really looking forward to just hanging at the house. We got the Thanksgiving thing from Prime and Pint, who did one of the Thanksgiving meals, and then a lady that caters, Judy Dewberry. I asked for her dressing since Prime and Pint didn't do that, but just to hang at the house, don't have to go anywhere.
I think a lot of the pressure, Debbie, you're right, comes from the expectation of Thanksgiving. Everybody's got to be happy, and there has to be these Publix commercials, and then right after Thanksgiving, all of a sudden, it's Christmas, and some husband's giving his wife a Lexus, and you're a dog because you got her toaster,
I've never that's something I've never ever understood. The Lexus commercials. If I bought a car without telling my wife, she would lose her mind. She'd be like, "What have you?" First off, did you even know that I wanted this one? Also, I don't like the interior. Also, that is a ridiculous financial expenditure without, us discussing it together.
But
it's not romantic.
Are you saying, Jeb, that you're a henpeck, but you worse than henpeck, you chicken hawk?
No, I'm emotionally transparent and financially transparent with my wife.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, there's a Saturday Night Live routine where the husband does a false parade to Lexus thing, buys his wife a car that goes to the driveway, and the wife goes, "We can't afford this. What are you doing?" It's like completely emasculates the guys. You don't make any money.
You've been unemployed for 6 months, and it was it was only $1,500.
He has to do the dishes at Thanksgiving. Then, that's if he's not.
I tell you, I'll be honest. Look, I love Thanksgiving. We're going to have a great Thanksgiving, but I'm going to be honest. Friday and Saturday are going to be two of the best days of football all year. I'm just telling you. You got the Egg Bowl Friday, and then Saturday you have Rivalry Saturday.
You also have Lane Kiffin Saturday.
Well, no, that's Friday.
Make a decision then?
The Egg Bowl's Friday, right?
Egg Bowl's Friday, but Lane Kiffin decision Saturday.
Okay, all right.
Is he going to call the
Saturday after the Egg Bowl?
Is he going to coach like 5 teams at once now?
Everybody wants him, and the hot word on the street is the LSU wants him.
Yeah, but didn't Knoxville name their sewage the treatment plan?
Yeah, they
after
did. That was many different gripes ago.
He named his son Knox.
He did.
Too, so back at you.
So I mean, okay, as an Ole Miss fan, the way I can the best comparison I can do is if like I have a car that I love. It's an SUV. It's practical. Works for what I have. If somebody offered me an Enzo Ferrari under the terms that it was a equal swap, but I had to drive it every day, I would at least entertain it. It's worth more money, but I also part of the terms I can't sell it, so it's not a monetary swap. It's just it's a better car, but it doesn't quite work for me.
It's Jimmy Sexton puts something on the table for him, like LSU or whoever, Florida puts a number 90 million, 110 million, whatever that number is.
The thing is, Ole Miss matches. Ole Miss matches.
Boys, here it is. You know, Ole Miss will match it or damn near match it. And you know, after a while, it's not it's not about money all the time.
Where do you think he'll end up? Where's he going to end
I
up?
wouldn't touch that LSU job because of Governor Landry. I mean, the fact that
that's why I wasn't concerned. Yeah. After that speech, I was like, all right, it's between us and Florida, because I was like, who wants to walk into that bureaucratic nightmare?
It's a nightmare.
But Gainesville's no day in the park either. Neither is Tallahassee. They're kind of redneck Florida towns that aren't very good.
Yeah, but like back to the Enzo analogy, I don't know where to get it serviced. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know who I even need to call. I don't understand anything about it, but I do know it's nice, and I do know that it's desirable and people want it, but I don't know enough about it, and I don't even know if it's comfortable or practical. And Lane Kiffin also I don't know, currency in your job as a coach is your stability. You're trying to get kids you're sitting on a couch saying, come here. Now, sometimes you're writing a check and it doesn't really matter. So it has changed. I'll grant you that. But I don't even know if I was somebody who would want that guy who would leave his team that was about to go to the playoffs. Would you want that guy?
No.
I think about LSU. One compelling thing, Saban went there, and he used two metrics. One is that New Orleans mostly, but Louisiana in general, where puts players in the NFL more than anybody else. Mr. York's from there.
Highest per
a lot
capita.
of NFL players in Louisiana. A. B. There's not an in-state rival who's going to narc on you. Tulane ain't worried about you. Same thing, I guess, with Tennessee with Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's kind of weak sauce, but Alabama, Auburn, they turn each other in left and right.
Well,
I mean, back in the day,
and they also got
look up Leo Lewis.
How far is Mr. York? How far is Houston from Baton Rouge?
Not far, 2 hours.
About 200-300 miles.
Oh, well, there you go.
More.
So they can recruit Houston out of their own backyard. I mean.
But
that's
also,
not the case as much anymore with NIL
isn't
money. It's a national game right now. It's not like a local game anymore.
It ain't the same world.
Yeah.
It ain't the same world. It's about what your collective can do. And I feel like I complained about this a while ago, but the new structure of what the NCAA did to reinstitute their power through Deloitte and the clearinghouse is absurd, but people are going to have to learn how to navigate that one moving forward. But it's not really about the recruiting base that you had. Back in the day, it was a bunch of Florida kids and they aspire to go there. Now it's just, they recognize it's business, and it's a business, and they go from one place to another, and they should be compensated. And so everybody has to kind of reframe how they look at it. And so moving to a place that is historically better doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be better.
I mean, and that kind of is a good segue into Vanderbilt, Tennessee this Saturday will be the biggest game in that series history.
Is it being played?
What's the line?
That is a 2:30 ABC game in Knoxville.
What's the line?
Tennessee, I think, is a 4-point favorite.
Wow, 4? Thanks. That'll be a big game.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's got their playoff life on the line, and Tennessee's looking to be the spoiler. And I can assure you, the last thing Tennessee fans want is for Vanderbilt and Diego Pavia to go into Knoxville and win on Senior Day.
God,
I bet
only
you
a
will
4-point
win it
favorite
gracefully.
at Knoxville. Wow, that's 3 points there. So they're basically you pick them on neutral field. Does Tennessee get in if they lose to Vanderbilt?
No.
Yeah,
they're not in even if they're probably not in if they win. I mean, they got 3 losses.
Vandy's has to have a lot of things happen for them to get in. But I bet if they win, Diego Pavia will handle it very gracefully and with tactful decorum.
The Memphis Tigers were so close, man. You hate to see it, but gosh, there's a couple of stupid UAB.
UAB is that?
I know. Then they lost. Then they kind of lost their mojo. But anyway, so that was sad. And they got Tulane sniffing it. And who's the other team right now? The odd team, the non-power.
James Madison.
Wow.
James Madison deserves it.
The Dukes. And actually, Ron, that Tennessee line has dropped to 3. So it's really just Vandy plus 3. So you're getting 3 for playing at home.
Wow.
Yeah. So even field, the neutral field, it's a pick 'em. Yeah. That seems like a Diego Pavia game that he's going to absolutely. He has so much FU in him.
Yeah. He likes the stage.
Yeah.
Oh, if he
likes to antagonize.
If he wins this game, he'll be in New York in a couple of weeks. There's no doubt about it.
He reminds me so much of Marshall Henderson. I don't know who remembers.
He was
Marshall
a guard for Ole Miss basketball. Yes.
Yeah, he was. I loved him, but I absolutely understand why other people hated him because he was a lot and he was ridiculous. But he was ridiculous on our behalf, and that was enjoyable. But you don't get those people a lot, and you find love in your heart for them.
When we get back, I want to ask
has improved every year, though. In the last 2 or 3 years, their winning record always improves, and this is the top of the key. So he's got a good chance to make a good showing against Tennessee.
Absolutely, Mr. York. We are up against our first break. When we come back,
I want to ask Jim what Jim's normally in Louisiana for Thanksgiving. What's he cooking? I want to know what he's cooking.
Well, I'm cooking duck and gumbo.
We'll talk about it when we get back. You're listening to 3 Dudes with a View, Thanksgiving edition. We'll be back right after this.
We are going to break. This is the greatest radio station, the most highly respected radio station in southern Middle Tennessee. We love it. 3 Dudes with a View, and we'll be right back.
We are a championship school, and school is in session.
And the clock's going to run out, and Bama's going to win it. And for the love, let's get out of
here. Join us Saturday as the Crimson Tide head to Auburn for the 90th edition of the Iron Bowl. Our coverage begins at 3:30 on your home for Alabama football, the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Mark Curry at the Trailer Store. We are a local, family-owned business. Every day, I work with my wife, Susie, my mother, Becky, and my son, Justin. We offer a full line of lawnmower trailers, utility trailers, stock trailers, and a full line of trailer parts. We also offer service. Come see us at 1021 New Lewisburg Highway. Call us at 931-381-2795. That's 931-381-2795.
Hi, I'm Morgan Luck, a local licensed insurance agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency in Columbia, Tennessee. Turning 65 and choosing the right Medicare plan for you can be confusing. Let me help you find a plan that best fits your needs and budget. Call 615-586-9906 to speak with a licensed insurance agent for a free appointment, virtually by phone or in person, to review your specific needs and help find a plan that's right for you. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed as an insurance agency nationwide except in Massachusetts. Service and product availability may vary by state. Agents may be compensated based on enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
Hello, this is Terry Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. Men, this is for you. Stop and listen. Every woman has a secret desire to have diamonds. I can say this because I am a woman. When I put on my ring or put on my earrings that my husband gave me, I feel special. Stop by Tillis Jewelry, downtown Columbia. Let us help you find a special diamond just for her.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, but they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook.
Debbie Matthews, realtor, and her husband Jason, who is a prose songwriter, also own a music publishing company. They live in historic downtown Columbia with their dogs. Dog rescue work is their passion project. They consider Middle Tennessee their backyard, and their lives are full of all things Tennessee. Debbie says there is no greater honor than to help someone find a home. To be trusted with that job, there is no greater privilege. Call Debbie at the Nashville Realty Group, 615-476-3224, 615-476-3224. This is Del Kennedy, owner of Kennedy Broadcasting Company, operator of WKRM, historically 1340 AM, now FM 103.7, and WKOM, FM 101.7. We call ourselves Front Porch Radio, and I've said many times what that means. It means that we are working to connect this southern Middle Tennessee community one listener, one relationship at a time. Let me elaborate on what that means. We will relentlessly promote jobs, commerce, business, industry, education, arts, green space, music, rivers, the great outdoors, healthcare, churches, charities, sports, agriculture, and all the great people of southern Middle Tennessee. Join us, help us, call us. Front Porch Radio, Del Kennedy. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Zach Maddox. I'm a proud third-generation owner-operator of Columbia Paint and Wall Cover, founded by my grandfather, Ralph Maddox, in 1946. Now I am honored to continue the legacy as owner-operator today. We offer a variety of paint and wall covering products, but our passion is customer service. We can offer many personalized services and can come out to your house or business if needed. Visit us at our store downtown Columbia at 1114 Carmack Boulevard or online at paintcolumbia.com.
Hiller's here, you don't need to worry. If you're stuck without any heat, we'll be there in a hurry. Hiller's here to help you right away. We'll be there to fix you up, call the Happy Face Truck today. Yes, Hiller's here, so never fear, call the Happy Face Truck today. Hiller!
Happy holidays from the Hiller family. Take advantage of our current specials and deals at happyhiller.com.
Three Dudes with a View, Wednesday edition. Clayton Harris filling in for Del Kennedy and joined as always by dude number one, Mr. Jim York. Good morning, Mr. York.
Good morning, Clayton. Good morning, everybody.
Special guest dude on Wednesdays and Thursdays and the host of the Debbie Matthews Show. Debbie Matthews, good morning.
Good morning.
And regular special guest dude, native son of Columbia, Ron Hart. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
And son of Ron Hart, Jeb Hart.
Good morning, y'all.
All right. So,
yeah,
where do we go from here?
The text thing we sent right before this about Sheila. I'm very in.
Go ahead. Go. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Debbie. I don't think Debbie or Mr. York maybe. I don't know if they were in on that text message, but sure. Go ahead, Jeb.
So I mean, for those y'all don't know, it's underreported story. So like to kind of lay it out as it is, if you haven't heard the story in full, it's that. We're not talking about some like vague ethics dust up. We're talking about a sitting member of Congress, Representative Sheila Schreifus McCormick from Florida. She's facing a 15-count federal indictment. And the context is that during the 2021 COVID vaccine rollout, her family's company, Trinity Healthcare, I believe it's called, was hired to help with staffing registration for FEMA. And the money flowed through the state to pay them for the work. And then something happened that shouldn't have happened. They received an overpayment of roughly $5 million. Not 5,000, not 50,000, 5 million. The reporting trail has like an invoice for an order of 50,000 and a payment came back 100 times larger. Now, the story could have ended there and it would have been government incompetence, scandal. a grotesque bureaucratic error, and frankly, that would have been bad enough. But this case isn't even about the state making a mistake. It's about what she did after the mistake happened. They allege, and I'd like to make it very clear that this is what's been laid out. I'm not making a judgment because it hasn't been presented in court, and there could be details I don't know about. But the indictment alleges that she and her brother kept the money instead of returning it. All of the evidence points to that. They routed it through multiple accounts in an effort to conceal it, and they used straw donors to hide where it came from. And she bought a $108,000 ring, and all of this money was supposed to be going to people for FEMA and vaccination relief. So it's not a paperwork, it's a scheme. And there was the point that people try to dodge is when you flood a system with this much emergency cash, when you remove guardrails in the name of speed, you moralize it while refusing oversight. You don't get a utopia, you get predators.
Rahm Emanuel had a great line one time, Jeb. He says, never let a crisis go to waste. Meaning government loves a crisis. So we can throw money at things and it's not accountable. Oh, we got to get COVID money out. We got to get this. Oh, got to get it out. Got to get it out to the people. And so they rush it through. There's no. So they love that. And I argue in my columns oftentimes they create this chaos.
Yes.
So they can get money out.
Massive spending without hard controls.
Well, you got some dishonest people sometimes. We had a doctor and his wife in Lewisburg over here that was bilking Medicare for years, like $50 million. So, you got people that where there's money, there's going to be cheap. People try to find, government, private money. Andy Ogles took private money.
Anybody been in your checkbook? No.
Massive
no one steals
massive
from your money. The government's money's different because they got a lot of hens picking at that tray.
So we got a lot of dishonest people in this country, right?
You throw a murky amount of money out at them, controlled by politicians. You're just asking for it.
But the funniest thing,
the
funniest thing about all this, guys, is that the $108,000 ring that she bought, she's wearing it in her official government photo.
She bought it. She bought it and she's wearing it. What, you gonna buy a ring and don't wear it?
With taxpayer dollars, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, nobody knew until she got caught. Nobody knew it was taxpayer dollars until she got caught.
How's a congressional person over this FEMA disbursement anyway?
Well, that part starts to get more complicated. I mean, the amount of people that defrauded FEMA and all of the PPE loans and all of this stuff, there's a lot more to unpack than just this. But this isn't some abstract stealing from a budget line from a congressional person. It's siphoning resources that were meant for communities that really needed it in the middle of a pandemic. And then
that's like Alabama. Alabama took all the money and gave it to that former quarterback
of Mississippi.
Yeah,
not
Mississippi. Yeah.
First of all, not all the money.
Well, not all of it, but a great part, about $7 million.
Yeah,
that was for poor people, and it went and built a volleyball court.
And he went to trial over
government
it.
tries to fund
and nothing has happened to him. He hadn't been criminalized anything. Nothing happened.
This is just $5 million.
What happens is the government gives you money, they overfund you, they sits in a pool of each state, and then whatever the problem was they funded 3 or 4 years ago has gone away. Most of it corrects itself naturally, and they're sitting with a pool of money. I'm on a bunch of boards. They still got 9/11 money back in the old days. They take some Homeland Security money from 9/11, didn't need it anymore because we overreacted to the terrorism in the United States. They're not going to come. Nate Bargatze has a really good part of his routine about him protecting the Mount Juliet, Tennessee water tower during the after Bin Laden.
Obvious
I'm
next
just
stop.
sitting there protecting it from Bin Laden. Them terrorists come and get this Mount Juliet water tower. It's all
are the organizations giving the money back if they don't need it?
No, apparently what you guys do it in the government is you.
No, not you guys. You say you on a board that's got. You say you on a board that's got money from 9/11. Are you giving the money back? Have you made a recommendation to give the money back?
I pay taxes, Mr. York. I'm on the other side of this trade.
Yes.
But I'm saying you on a board and you say y'all got 9/11 money, you ought to make a recommendation to give it back.
I'm not sure you can even give it back. It's not the nature of most people to give it back, but if you use it wisely for other things,
it's also different.
It's smart. If you get yourself a ring and you send your cousins, $2 million, it's a whole
pay
different
for your campaign.
pay
for your campaign. It's also different than if you got more money than was necessary for the task that you were contracted for, versus if you got 100 times overpayment. Those are different things. Like one is like clearly, if I went into my bank account and it was 100 times bigger, and I just liquidated it and then ran away like that, I knew that it shouldn't be that way. Like I have enough agency and understanding to know that that's not what that was. That's on me. If they paid me more money than they should have for a job that I did, that's a different conversation. They're both worth having, but it's not the same thing.
When people see money in this country, they think of getting rich quick, and they will succumb to defrauding whatever agency provided. That has been happening every day around here as long as I can remember.
The real story.
So people are kind of dishonest, and you got safeguards. They had safeguards. They caught them, and so they gonna prosecute her.
But the money will be gone. The money's gone.
She's not getting away with it. She's been caught. And now they're going to prosecute her. So we'll see.
Why don't we let people keep their money, Mr. York, take less taxes and let's take less tax to the federal government and quit, giving out their constituents like this, and there'll be less chance of stealing.
Yep.
Because we are a socialist country. We are democratic socialists. Yeah, we are. We have many, many social programs in this country. We are representative government.
We have NGOs that are a great grift. Set it up as a 501c, get federal funding, and they don't have any accountability on it at all. And the story, this one's bad. The $5 million is bad, okay? But this story about the Somalis in Minnesota? Is it Minnesota? Yes. This is this is like $400 million where they have socked it to the and again, illegals or protected immigrants, something has come in and has thrashed the state and the federal government, siphoning money, untold amounts, and masquerading it under autism. Okay, this is the story, and Larry Ellison needs to go because he's in charge of all of that. So that's
Larry Ellison was duly elected for his area, so he's the attorney general. So you can't do anything about it. You can give lip service, but it's not going to happen.
We can charge him. Yeah, he needs to be charged.
All right, you can't charge him.
We're up against our final break of the show. We're going to take it real quick and be back right after this.
This is Barry Duke, and you're listening to 101.7 WKOM Columbia.
We are going to break at WKOM. This is the greatest radio station, the most highly respected radio station in southern Middle Tennessee. We love it.
Lights are twinkling, snows are falling, just like last year. Fun is calling with holiday games, the instant kind, the easiest gift there is to find. So celebrate for just a while with holiday games that'll make you smile. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun, play responsibly.
On the first day of the holidays, my true love gave to me a ticket from the Tennessee Lottery. On the second day of the holidays, my true love gave to me 2 I don't remembers and a ticket from the Tennessee Lottery. On the third day of the holidays, my true love gave to me 3 I forgot, 2 I don't remembers, and a ticket from the Tennessee Lottery.
Make it a holiday they'll never forget with gifts from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing, merry-making fun. Please play responsibly.
Do you have trees that need trimming or removed? Do you have stumps that you want grounded? A1 Tree Trimming and Removal is a family-owned and operated business local to Columbia and Lewisburg. They also service surrounding Middle Tennessee. We are licensed and insured and provide free estimates. No job is too big, no tree is too small. Give old Luke a call or text Luke at 931-359-3113. Or you can check them out on Facebook and tell A1 Tree Removal that you heard this ad on the radio. If you love America, then you will love A1 Tree Removal.
Right now, families across Tennessee are living through the pain of addiction. Our state has some of the highest rates in the country, and sadly, the outcomes have become devastating. In just 2 years, more than 6,000 have lost their lives to overdose. But it isn't only addiction. Nearly 1 million of your neighbors also struggle with mental health challenges, often at the same time. It doesn't have to be this way. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, mental health issues, or both, you don't have to face these challenges alone. I'm Dr. Matthew Bruin, CEO of Apex Recovery, a treatment center for addiction and mental health that provides professional treatment for Tennesseans to recover and rebuild their lives. Learn more today at apex.rehab. That's apex.rehab. Or give us a call at 877-674-6371. My team and I are here to support you and your family every step of the way.
Licensed by the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lincoln with Hollins Pharmacy. You may have heard our previous commercials about compression hosiery that we carry at Hollins Pharmacy. Well, we've recently expanded into a full line of knee braces, back, wrist, ankle, and other support wear. We will gladly help you get just the right fit for these items and, of course, special order items to ensure the proper fit. Come see us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane, or call us at 931-388-4233. 388-4233.
Parks Motor Sales is Middle Tennessee's home for the best GMC vehicles on the market. Visit Parks at 919 Nashville Highway and test drive truck favorites like the GMC Sierra or Canyon, or try a popular SUV like the GMC Acadia or Terrain. Parks also has a wide variety of GM certified pre-owned vehicles for every need. At parksmotorsales.com, you'll see an extensive inventory, their latest deals, and servicing options. Shop Parks Motor Sales once and you'll agree. Parks GMC. We are professional grade. Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We are here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
So let it rock, let it roll, let the Bible Belt come and save my soul. Hold on to 16 as long as you can. Changes come around real soon, make us women and men.
And welcome back to a Wednesday edition, final segment of the show. Final segment of the week, 3 Dudes with a View. I'm Clayton Harris, filling in for Del Kennedy. And we are joined, as always, by dude number one, Mr. Jim York. Good morning, Mr. York.
Good morning, Clayton. Good morning, everybody. Clayton, I'll tell you about when the chickens come home to roost.
Yes, sir. We'll get back to that after the introductions. And also, we're joined in studio this morning by Wednesday and Thursday special guest dude and host of the Debbie Matthews Show, Debbie Matthews.
Hey, guys. Glad to be here.
And also joined by a special guest dude, native son of Columbia, Ron Hart. Ron, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
And son of Ron Hart, Jeb Hart. Good morning, Jeb.
Good morning yet again, y'all.
All right, Mr. York, what you got?
Carolyn Levitt. You know, she's the press secretary, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And she has some scalding type of adjectives for people that are being detained by ICE and the present administration. Well, her nephew's mother has been detained and sent to Louisiana in a ICE unit.
Okay.
Punishment.
She's been in this country since 1999 on a tourist visa, so she's been detained. So I wonder if Carolyn Levitt's going to use the same adjectives she used for the folks that have been detained in the past.
How's she related to him again?
It's her nephew's mother.
I don't understand why she would change anything about
What she
the
said.
thought process. Like, she's been on a tourist visa since 1999.
Yeah.
That's against the rules.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
there's
against law. What does she
That's
say,
why
Miss
she's
York?
been detained.
Has
she
she
should
said
go.
anything, Miss York? You're just making stuff up.
Say what? I'm serious.
I know. I know. Has she said anything? Scalding words, like you just said, mean words.
Well,
Has
I'm
she said
saying
anything?
I hadn't heard her say
So
anything
it's a
about
false
this
premise.
this
Basically, she had a relative
detention.
arrested who'd been here since '99 on a fake, on a illegal visa. They get kicked out. I don't think she'll say much of anything about it. So go.
Well, she ought to call them scum and types of adjectives she's used for the other
difference between being a
immigrants.
child rapist, I think, and overstaying your tourist visa. There's a little
But
difference.
they
You
haven't
understand the
they
difference
haven't
there?
picked up any child rapists doing the drag nets that they pulled.
Oh,
Ron.
What are
my.
you talking about, Jim?
You're
Goodness,
wrong.
that
You're
is
again
untrue.
very wrong.
That is shockingly untrue.
That's
They've got people
that's
that
talking
have killed-
points that Republicans got.
They-
No.
Yeah, everybody's a
That's
child
delusional.
rapist if they're
No,
detained.
no,
They
there's
haven't
No.
picked
That's
up
not
any child
true.
rapists since this
A lot
thing
of those
started.
people had no crimes committed whatsoever.
They broke-
They
Yes.
they were checking in their immigration status.
Dude, all right, let's bifurcate this.
But
Or
let's talk
just
about
no,
Carolyn
let's chop it
Levitt's.
up.
Let's talk about Carolyn Levitt's
let's-
situation.
let's- let's-
How is
let's
she
talk
going?
about what
How
Carolyn
should
Levitt came up
how
with.
should she deal with that
Allow
issue
me-
if
Came out
her
with a
relative has been
hypothetical. You just came
detained
up
by
with a
ICE?
hypothetical
me-
we're supposed to
Hey,
deal
guys,
with.
hold on a
Okay,
second.
all right,
You
all right.
denied the
This
fact
has
that
gotten-
child rapists have been rounded up in these sting
We
operations.
ain't talking
Allow
about
me-
rape. We talking about
This is
Carolyn
where you
Levitt's
said there was no child
relative.
rapist arrested
I got it.
during this ICE stuff.
I don't care
I got
what
it.
I said. I'm talking
I got
about
it.
Carolyn
Oh, you don't
Levitt's
care what you say, do you?
Carolyn
allow me to
Levitt's
discuss what Carolyn Levitt-
relative has been detained by ICE. How is she going to deal with that?
She's
How
going
do
to
you
say,
think she should deal with
let
it?
her
you
deal
break
with
the
it.
law,
Same-
you pay the consequences. That's
All
what
right,
she's going to say.
Let's discuss this more calmly. let's take a beat. I'm happy to discuss with you Carolyn Levitt's statements in the past. You are doing what most people have done who are opposed to this administration, which is taking the words of rapist and child molesters, traffickers, all that, and applying it to everybody that is being arrested. When in fact, they're not all that. Absolutely not. But they are still, in fact, not in the country legally.
Well,
And they
that's what your Carolyn Levitt has done multiple times during the press conference. They all rapists. They all criminals.
No,
so
you're
is her relative a criminal?
Yes.
You're adding
yes.
Yes. You're adding the all onto that. They say like there's so many times that this like you add a singular. We
Yeah.
talked about this yesterday about how like the bits of information that build up what you believe are so important, and if a little, even if the word all is off in that.
The other thing too,
We're not
is
talking about all.
We
Let's talk about the subject. You talk about pronouns, adjectives, interjections. Well, how is Carolyn Levitt
part
going
of
to
your
deal with
pronouns.
her relative being detained by ICE when she's
say-
got up time and time again and called them
Visit
rapists and
them
all
in the
things like
country
that?
that they
She's
get
going to
deported
tell.
to.
She's going to
You're
tell
not
her
right.
brother,
Your premise
"You
is
shouldn't have
wrong."
married this girl, and we can have one less for Thanksgiving." That's what she's going to say. She's going to
Well,
say,
you know
"I
the
wish you
difference-
had.
know
I
the
told you
difference
not
between
to
them,
marry
Mr. York,
her."
and the Biden administration. The Biden
Chickens
administration
have
would
come
not
home
have
to
arrested
roost.
them.
That's not
Biden
what
would not
does
have
that-
arrested them because you guys were corrupt. She
Dude,
arrested
you think-
relatives with equal treatment under the law. Can you imagine one of Biden's relatives getting arrested? No, they would never do that. They go to
They're
trial.
all
Well,
pardoned.
they tried to do Hunter and he pardoned him.
a
Yeah.
thug and a criminal, and man, they got him for
What could they have
minor part
possibly
of what he
accused
did.
him of?
Well, let's watch the next press conference with Carolyn Levitt. See how she answers the questions.
That's a good.
I think
that's
it's
a good
fine.
Way
I
to
mean, if
spend
she
a lot of
wants
time
to,
talking about
I mean,
nothing.
If she can say a very human answer, which is, I hate that my nephew's mother is has to go away. That's it's a tough thing. I didn't know about it, but the rules are what they are. I mean, it's still a very human situation. I don't think anybody should ever separate that. Like it is not. It's not as people are trying to put the human nature on the front end instead of the totality, because the human repercussions of illegal immigration are much more wide stretching than the singular person being removed who didn't follow the rules. It's the taxpayer drain. It's the education. I mean, you look at 20% of Charlotte public schools didn't have kids in them when the ICE raids came in. That's a public drain without a public influx of tax dollars because they are not legally here.
Well,
there's a human nature to it,
and
you need to understand what it is, and it's okay.
Immigrants add more than $1 trillion to this economy.
No, it's so when 20 million illegals are taken out, if we can ever get there, because right now we've only got 2 million removed, you're going to start seeing rents go down. You're going to start seeing other things go down because there's not housing prices, all of this stuff, because them coming in has stretched absolutely everything. Can you imagine the resources that Charlotte is having to come up with because they have a 20% influx of illegal aliens on their school system alone? Their infrastructure, car insurance, because of all the accidents that happen, not just the illegals with these CDLs, but I mean, look at that Ohio thing with the Haitians. The insurance is off the roof because they're having to cover things for people who can't even speak English to drive a car. We're going to
How much are those immigrants adding to the economy, Debbie? Everywhere there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of immigrants adding to the economy. They work, they pay taxes, they get no benefits.
What they do, they file tax return
benefits.
with 5 dependents. They get a refund.
Yes.
And they do a fake Social Security number because their employer has a fake.
Everybody don't do a fake Social Security number. That's
wait.
You talk about every illegal immigrant gets a fake Social Security number. That's not true.
Yesterday morning on Fox, they did this story that was written up by the New York. Yesterday morning on Fox, they did a story on the New York Times story about a guy named Dan Rafir, I think that was his name, whose identity had been stolen by an illegal many years ago. The guy was deported in
That's one person.
2003, 2005, 2008. The guy's been deported 3 times. But this man, this Dan guy, keeps getting late bills. He's gotten an IRS fine. One of them was $6,000. He and his wife were freaking out and didn't know what to do, so they paid it. The following year, another one came in for $22,000. This guy cannot get a hold of this, and now the guy that is using his identity illegally has hit somebody and killed a man. Okay, this is just one of the things that is happening. The lady
that happens every day in America, Debbie. It's just not illegals that do that. That happens every day across America.
Stop trying to like dilute the point. This is
you're making a big case out of stuff that happens every day in this country. People steal identities. People get in wrecks, and they create that situation. You just isolate somebody. Just because they're an immigrant. That's not the way it happens.
There are things that, listen, I want immigration. I want it free. I want it fair and vetted.
Well,
and
you're an immigrant. Do you need to go back and get your relatives and all that stuff? You're an immigrant.
My family's been here 350 years, okay? So let's just say, well, that's the thing. They followed process. I'm sure they went through Ellis Island or wherever they had to come through a port of entry.
Well, you don't know.
I do know the port of entry that they came in, depending on my family line.
Mine came over on the Mayflower, and I tell you one thing, Mr. York, they immediately learned the language. They came from England and immediately learned English.
And then they had to kill a bunch of people and chop down a bunch of trees to even have a place to squat. Okay, they didn't just.
Why did they have to kill? Why did they have to kill people? They didn't have to kill people. They just conquered land, right? That was already occupied.
If you had the chance to tell the Indians not to let immigrants in, would you tell them not to let immigrants in?
Immigrants wanted to keep their land. They should have.
You would say, don't let the immigrants in. Don't let the immigrants in.
Now they got all the casinos.
Matter of fact.